Gennady Golovkin and Saul Canelo Alvarez recently produced a great fight in front of a record crowd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. The pair collided in what was for sure the most highly anticipated bout that boxing had to offer in recent years. With middleweight supremacy and a potential pinned four-pound #1 spot up for grabs in their showcase showdown on American soil, the clash itself lived up to expectations, but it was the result which sadly overshadowed what was on display in the ring. After both men had gone through 12 dramatic and captivating rounds in Sin City, the judges' scorecards were read aloud by world-famous announcer Michael Buffer and were met by a chorus of boos and cheers from the less than impressed crowd in attendance. A split draw was the final verdict between the three officials that scored the encounter at ringside, though it was a highly disputed and controversial result which angered many in attendance. Simply put, Mexican hope Canelo didn't do enough in the main event to warrant a decision success over his long-standing Kazakhstan-born rival GGG in their 160 pounds matchup. The pair are set to run it back at the end of the year, or maybe early in 2018, and it is GGG who would enter as the favorite yet again in the latest boxing odds from BET 365. The younger fighter looked solid in moments throughout the captivating clash, but faded in the middle rounds, handing his foe and defending middleweight champion Golovkin the initiative. Alvarez did rally back strong in the championship rounds, but, as the final bell went at the T-Mobile Arena, it looked beyond doubt that Golovkin would finally gain the most decisive victory of his career, and subsequently his finest hour in the squared circle. However, the judges were on hand to shatter such dreams and instead create a different scenario. With a stalemate, the money is now on offer and easy to be made in a rematch, whether or not that was in the thinking behind the scores which were crazily called out in Las Vegas. It was Adelaide Bird's bizarre score of 118,110 in favor of Canelo that caused most of a stir among fans and pundits alike, with either clear match fixing or crazy incompetence being the cause of such a card. The experienced female judge has since been stood down by the Nevada Athletic Commission due to her problematic scorecard for such a high-profile scrap in Sin City, but it doesn't help fix what occurred on fight night. Golovkin was robbed of his greatest night in the sport and will now have to seek redemption in a rematch, despite the majority of the boxing world knows exactly who did actually prevail that night. Don Trella was the other judge who scored it somewhat controversially, giving in a 114,114 card after Golovkin had seemingly dominated his foe for 12 rounds. In particular, Trella's scoring of the 7th round in favor of Canelo was weird, with that having been one of Golovkin's most superior 3-minute spells in the entire fight in Sin City. The two fighters will likely collide again, in a rematch that Golovkin will seek revenge for such shameful scoring the first time around.